Hello, welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a game called Dune, Spice Wars. Apparently it's still early access. It's a new game from Dune universe. So we'll take a look what's there, what isn't there, how many bugs there are, if it's playable at all, and we'll see how it goes. Hey Kitty, and hey Super Cheese, welcome. How was your stream, Kitty? Did you enjoy it? I saw Jake being there for quite a while. That's an honor, of course, always to have him. You're so tired, it was exhausting. I bet. Hey Kerry, welcome. It was great fun, yeah, I agree. It was good. It was good to finally hear your voice as well. And that's quite the honor then, if he sticks around for that long. Thanks for the prime, Super Cheese. Yes, he who controls the spice controls the universe. Was DK? Yeah, Dungeon Keeper. He got the itch, yeah. Okay, let's take a look. So, apparently there are no like campaigns just yet. Instead, what we have are 4 factions from Dune. So there are House Atreides. The stellar reputation of House Atreides owes a lot to its leader's commanding style, firm yet honorable and fair. By imperial decree, the Atreides just inherited the stewardship of Arrakis and have a lot of work to do to take over from the Harkonnens. Their abilities are: can use the peaceful annexation ability. Other factions have no authority from treaties with you. Benefits more from high Landsraad standing, but cannot pillage neutral villages. Jake and Itches, yeah. Probably going to mean that he will play it once he comes back from the vacation. Yeah, it may not even be planned, that's... might be right, but it would be a shame. House Harkonnen shares its chilling reputation with its leader, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. They have been called despotic, merciless, scheming and devious. Those are only their finer qualities. Can use oppression ability on Harkonnen villages, plus 5% village resource production per active militia. Always knows the influence flows of other factions, minus 10% village resource production. So you want to offset it by having militias in villages. That way you can get the production bonus instead of the malus. As Master Yoda said, do not. There is no try. Yeah, I will be giving this a shot. I never played it before, so it will be quite unique experience for me as well. Then there is the smugglers. There's fine line between smugglers and full-fledged bandits, and as Martuek is adept at walking the line, smugglers can provide anything to anyone, provided they put the price and do not look at the specifics too closely. Can install underworld headquarters in opponents' villages, can place bounty on Landsraad resolutions, improved interactions with Arrakis black markets, limited access to Landsraad. And then there are the Fremen. Fremen are like the natives, right? Fremen are the only people native to Arrakis and will do anything to protect their way against the Offworlders. While their leader, Liet Kynes, doesn't originally come from Dune, she's every bit as determined and attached to the planet as the next Fremen. Military units have minus 30% daily supply drain, allows you to form alliances with siege outside of your territory, may use dumpers for worm riding. Limited access to the Landsraad. So we will be picking the Harkonnens. I think they are the most militaristic, so I'm especially interested in the military mechanics. He is a Chungus. Okay. At 10k hegemony, allows you to assign an agent to a mission to reduce the cost of preparation time. The agent will be sacrificed. Those chins, yeah. He has a lot of them. So we can pick 2 counselors from the start. Minus 50% of all military units cost is refunded upon their death. Sounds good. And cheaper drugs. Combat drugs. +1 militia slot, oppression duration increased 5 seconds per militia in the village. Stealth probe unit with the infiltration drone trait. It's like intel, right? Can use corruption on resolutions causing a loss of one-star standing for the elected faction. Gain 10 influence upon killing a rebel. I guess that might be good. These are considered easy, these are considered hard. I think we'll just pick these ones. It's my first run, so I want to know what the game is all about. Not sure if there is like a difficulty setting. I think there is one, but maybe I did not go into like advanced setup or something like that. We do have a pause mechanic, which is good, so I'll need to take a look around. We have this unit. Exploration. Exploring Arrakis is vital to find precious spice as well as other resources. Each region contains points of interest that your ornithopters can recon. Okay, so this is our scout basically. So we can order it around, I presume. There is a spice field there, looks like. This will be the map. So this is the edge, which means that we should probably go for the safer places first, right? This is our city. Ornithopter, this is slots for, yeah, we can hire another one. It would cost 400 Solari. Solari is the official currency of the Imperium. Its purchasing power is set at well, it's in negotiations between the guild, the Lancerat and the Emperor. Then we have plus creep. It's versatile material, this is like concrete for building, right? We have income of 20, income of 25 Solari, but we pay 5 for the Ornithopter. Then we have manpower. Human resources remain very important asset. What is this? Fuel cells. We have income of 10 and we are using up 2 of them to fuel the Ornithopter. Then we have water. Essential for life and rare resource on Arrakis. It's mainly used to supply controlled villages. Okay. And then there is authority. We have maximum cap of 500. Absconded. Yeah. I picked them because I figured they might be the most militaristic, so we want to see what the combat aspects are most about, I think. Diplomacy does not seem to be too appealing to me. And then the last thing that we have, and that's this red thing, is Lancerat standing. We have 150 and it looks like it's affecting my spice exchange rate and votes in the Imperium, right? And -2 influence production. So it's there is like a breakdown. If you have 0 to 99 it's very low, 100 to 199 is low. So we want to increase that if we can. Yes. Let's take a look at military recruit units. You can get troopers, which have the ability of berserkers, gain up to 50% power depending on missing health. Yes, that might be good. They have upkeep of 6 Solari and 3 manpower. And recruiting them will cost us 3 water, some military slots, I guess. That's the chevrons on the right. And yeah, then we have gunners. Collateral damage. Ranged attacks deal 30% of their damage to allies near their target. Demolition steam. Ranged attacks deal area damage. Ranged attacks have 30% chance to destroy armor. Receive pinned down while engaged in melee combat. -50% power if they are in melee. Let's grab 2 troopers. Keep cost, sum of command points, which limits the size of your army. Yeah, this is the command points right here. Through the spice, you must capture a village in the region with a spice field. Then you'll need to build a refinery and deploy its harvester to start harvesting. Makes sense? These are the spice fields. Is it still exploring? I guess. What is this? Point of interest? This is like, yeah, this is like, there are the sandworms, right? So if you stand on the sand, you might get your units killed, I think. And these areas are like cliffs, so you are safe to build there. And now the ornithopter is scouting that out. Okay, it doesn't appear that we can build anything in here. Military units have several statistics: power, the amount of damage inflicted by each attack, health, armor, and special ability. Units lose supply as they move outside their territory. A unit with no supply will die from exposure. Supply is refilled while standing close to a controlled village or base. Deep deserts are especially damaging to the supply. Okay. Send the troops.
What do you need? Yes.
I don't particularly want any gunners, I don't think, since the collateral damage just seems like a massive pain. Villages are defended by militias. If you defeat them, your units will occupy the village, unlocking the possibility of taking control using authority or pillaging for resources.
Yes, sir.
Let's take our units and send them to fight the village.
Listening.
They may desert in the desert, yeah. Seems like it would be very unwise for them, but
Our lives
you know, that's how it works. So the brown line is supply, right? Yeah, this is supply. They are running out of it as they travel.
We live to serve.
Let's attack the enemy. Looks like just a single unit. Maybe two of them. Oh yeah, two of them. I imagine we should win that. Can we build any like structures here? Operations slot. Missions are when missions are complete. Refinery. Knife fights. And yeah. Spacefaring people. Apparently, yes. I think they shot at me, but I recruited the melee infantry because the gunners cause collateral damage. We are not particularly interested in that. What is this? Getting started. Search for spies. Okay. We've won. Let's take a look. Can we occupy this? Take control would cost 5 water and 43 authority. We should do it. So it will take a lot of time until it's done. There is another city here and militias appear to be the same as in the previous village.
We live to serve.
Hey fanboy, welcome. Something in the lore about how they all have shields that block fastings, bullets, so melee is once again popular. Yeah, I actually remember that. Even Shad talked about that. I don't know that much about Dune, but apparently that's the case, so ranged weapons are very limited in their function in this universe, because even like your basic sort of troopers will have the personal shields on them. It's like deflector shields or personal deflector shields from Warhammer, basically. What is this? Harvester brag. Logging machine is utterly destroyed and has been abandoned in the desert. Grab leftover spice. Send an ornithopter to investigate. Reward of spice, which we can sell for Solari. Or we could get economic development. Chance of random accessible development by 2 days. So it's like research, right? You know, can we do it immediately? I guess we could, right? Can you do it? Yeah, she's investigating that. It's good. What is this? Farm contract. Farm contracts allow you to trade spice for Solari and stockpile. You can stockpile 5,000. Spice, the most precious substance in the universe. Spice can be sold for Solaris to the Khan, or kept in stockpiles to pay the imperial tax. Spice report. Imperial tax. 80 spice. Remaining time 20 days. Okay, so we have like time that we need to keep the schedule and send the spices to the Emperor. We can even see the green bar that will fill up, I guess. Current date. Hegemony. Hegemony is the reflection of factions' overall power over Dune. Some thresholds will unlock new abilities and ultimately allow you to win the game. Okay, so each game has all the other houses, I presume then. You cannot specify how large a map can be, just that. I guess they might add it in the future, since this is still early access, apparently. Okay, so this village is now ours. Let's take a look at the soldiers. Can we heal them? Shuttle. We can transport them around if we had the shuttle field, right? Maybe they will just regenerate over time. Let's take a look. Buildings. Can we build something here? We need a spice harvester, right? It will be a refinery, yeah. Let's build a refinery on the cliffs. And we wanted to hire some militia as well. So how are these militias doing? They will cost us some manpower and solar. But they should give us bonus production. Let's hire each of these and do melee. What is this? Development research. Okay, so this is research. Local dialect studies, minus 15% authority cost to annex a village. Unlocks craftsworks buildings. Benevolent militias or malicious militias? Yeah. I think they will be malicious. Intelligence network. Agents assigned to come infiltration produce 100% more solari or influence and training. Unlocks military base building. Increases army's max supply by 50%. Let's grab that. This would also be good, but I think the supply will be necessary if we want to expand. Question is, are the soldiers healing? I think they are, since yeah, there was a green bar flashing above them. Point of interest investigated. Resolve. New village controlled. Okay. Send the ornithopter here. How are we doing? The militias are training all at the same time. This is being constructed. Fine. And it did cost us a bunch of plus creed.
What do you need?
Yeah, this is early access.
Our lives belong to you.
Of course it is. I guess bunch of stuff. There are currently 4 factions. There are Harkonnens, Atreides, smugglers, and then are they called Fremen? Yeah. And then I guess the map sizes and things like that. Maybe even I would like to see a campaign, because this is like free play, right? You have all the factions, you have standard sized map, and fight over it. There also might be some bugs and some other things. I'm actually not sure. I didn't see like a roadmap or anything. Might be worth checking that out at some point. There are actually 2 points of interest on this map. You should go there after. But first, let's climb this village.
Our lives belong to you. As you wish, master. As you wish, master.
Go and attack the ranged units. How do we increase our water? Our armies also cost water. I guess there is like a water extractor or something like that. Unfortunately, there are only like unit slots here. I don't think I can construct anything in here. Okay, we did something. What's this? Sandworm detected. Signs of sandworm has been spotted in the region. All harvesting activities must cease as soon as possible. It's gonna be here. So it might chew on my unit. Combat going on, yeah. Let's grab these guys and move them. Need to move on the cliffs. What about the copter? Oh, no. I wanted to shift Q, but unfortunately it was not available. At least the progress was saved on that. We will get this? No, we cannot. We need to hold on. We could pillage it and then capture it again, I guess. Harvester factory. Harvesters will attract sandworms at the first worm sign. You will have to recall your harvester if you don't want it to be destroyed along with its crew. Okay, so that sounds like awful lot of micro, but at least we can pause. You can increase spice production by assigning more crew to your harvesters. Okay, take a look. Let's pause. Should be very slow, I need to figure out everything. The building slot to the village would cost 100 plus screen. We can have another building. A refinery has upkeep of 4 energy cells, 4 solar, 14 plus screen. And militias are in the village. Okay, so the harvester will harvest the spice automatically, right? No, we need to deploy it. Okay. Yeah, we could also ransack this village for solar and then return, I think. So if we heal and then return, we can claim it. Let's do it. It'll take a little time to do it. We are investigating this point. Let's take a look at the garrison here. 3 units, so we'll need 1 more if we want to take it out. But I'm reluctant to make another unit yet. Especially since the gunner is so bad. But maybe we want it. Take a look at this village. Take a look what we could build here. Knowledge, influence, manpower production, missile batteries like defense structure, plus crate production, water, fuel cells, maintenance center. Neighbors. This is good for decreasing upkeep, but it affects only adjacent tiles. So it would benefit this tile and this tile, probably this one as well. Might actually not be a bad idea. Right now I think we will want Plastic Factory. The harvester is dropped, so it will gather some spice for us. We also have 100 spice in the stockpile. Okay, we pillaged that. Let's go back to heal up. Take a look. Vanguard. Headhunter. When an nearby unit dies while in combat, gain 5 times. It gains power and armor. That's quite bad. Instead, we'll want a gunner, I think. Let's take a look. Research is done. Militia slot. Good. 5% production per each village, but I think we want this first to decrease the construction costs. These will need to heal up. Okay, what's this? Energy sources. This area contains geothermal energy, produces a better yield on fuel cell factories. Investigate the other point as well. This transports the spice to our base, right? Yeah. Do we want to trade it? What's that? I guess we just want to trade most of it, since we only need to send a little bit to the Emperor.
Master?
This village will need to recuperate.
Master?
These are healed up, but this village is fairly heavily defended, I think. So that might be a problem. Do we need to wait until this is done? Is village going to be targeted by an attack? Okay. So instead we'll need to go there, but first I want a gunner. And this style might actually be a little weaker than what we have here, but I want to investigate that first.
I'm waiting, Tart.
Okay, let's send a gunner in here. This is like a generic tile, basically there are no bonuses here. Which sucks a little bit. This will get constructed very soon. It's done. Investigated, right? Unassigned agent. Or we can assign agents. Authority production +1, intel production +1, manpower production, solar production, influence production. Or we could assign them to different factions. What do we want the most? I would imagine the authority might be good. Missions. Okay, we need resources to do those, so we cannot do it. You can assign agents to various postings to get different bonuses. Each agent also has special trait. Assigned agents generate intel and other resources depending on their position on that posting. Intel allows you to launch spying missions. Assigned agents also improve the relevant infiltration level, unlocking new missions. Okay. So this is explored. What is this? Crashed ornithopter. We could get another one. Or we could retrieve the flight records, which would give us infiltration and +1 agent. If we wanted to patch it up, if we need to control the region, I think. So let's instead do that and send the ornithopter here to scout this out. Construction is complete. You know.
Master?
Let's send our units in here. This is still recovering from the attack. There is a point of interest, maybe additional resource like this.
Our lives, yes, as you wish, Master.
So, what is this? Harvester rack. Grab leftover spice or investigate for the research. I think for now we'll just leave the ornithopter to scout out the village. We see what we can work with. Maybe we could actually do that.
What you need? We'll run there.
Send them to the edge.
Our lives belong
99%. Let's take a look at the garrison. It's just melee troops. Let's send them in.
on it.
And then the ornithopter. grab the extra spice. Fight is happening. Like, there are some optimization issues. The base is also firing rockets at them, looks like. Yeah, the lag is hard.
Our lives belong to you.
You think it's pretty? Or the game? Or... I also think it's pretty. Let's do take control.
Awaiting order.
Are you done?
Yes.
Go there. Combat, development, research, not the line. Modular parts, +1 maximum assignable crew to harvesters. Maintenance center construction. I think we want the local dialects. Just grab the basic research. The map and the UI, yeah, it looks neat. And also the UI still is like early access, right? So it might get better at some point. But the game is currently not cheap. It was around €30, I think. What is this in it? Raiders. Raiders can come out of hidden slashes to free villages from your control. It looks spicy. Each raid suffered gives a chance to reveal the hidden slash it came from. Okay. So they will get shot by rockets and then they will get absolutely murdered by our militias. I think. The more villages and military units you control, the more water you will need. If your available water is negative, you will see unrest in your villages leading to rebellions. Wind traps get water depending on wind strength. Let's take a look. Wind trap. We'll need one, so might as well begin construction on it. Take a look at the militia. So it's just manpower and that, so let's grab that.
Yes.
We'll heal them up, maybe even move them down here. I think the militias should handle them pretty well. Spice is the taste bud killer. Wind strength, do you have any windier villages? Did you see this wind strength? How do I see that? I guess when I was building it. I only have one more village and this one is full. Bottom right? Left. Wind strength 5, yeah, but I have the plascrete factory here. That was a mistake, then I should have built it here. Already I've done some pretty bad things. Okay, so instead we will need to grab something else. What can we do? Maintenance center would not affect this one, but it would affect all of these surrounding territories, which might be even better, maybe. What do we use this for then? Just a plascrete factory and then let's do it. Every 25 days you will have to pay the imperial tax. Failing to do so will cause various penalties. Collected spices can be stockpiled to pay taxes or sold to com. I just noticed a giant spider on my wall. Give me a sec. sorry for that. Arachnid is just curious about Arrakis. Yeah, well, he's dead now. I hope the rest of them get the message. Collected spice can be stockpiled to pay taxes or sold to Coam for Solari. You can change the amount of spice you sell in favor of stocks. Okay, yeah, so we can stockpile it. Spice to Solaris exchange rate changes frequently, I think to check it. So we can even stockpile and then sell it once the prices are better. This shouldn't be an issue. Let's take a look at the village. What we should do here is scratch this. It will only give me a little bit of plus creep, but I need to do it. And send our troops to destroy this village. This is like very useless for now, so later we'll want to construct additional building here, just something so that we it's useful, because currently it doesn't do much. Start shooting the French guys. Is the construction doing? Yeah, it's done. Let's do wind trap. Okay, managed to kill one of their units. Okay, let's claim it. We need to do it 5 water. Okay, we'll need to wait until this is done then. Is the supply decreasing while we are here? No, it's actually increasing. Okay. I'm going siege. Point of interest investigated. Resolve it. Grab some intel. Now we can do something. Construction complete. Yeah. They probably get the supplies from the pillaged village. I had the thing. Place report. Where is the espionage? Yeah, we must construct additional pylons for sure. Rope setup grants vision of the region and reconnaissance points. Additional production in villages is visible. Poison the reserves, increases the supply drain and prevents armies' health regeneration of the opponents. Gear sabotage. I don't think we want this. Let's just stockpile the intel. Maybe once we encounter an enemy we will actually do something like that. We need this water to construct so we can claim the village. What is our copter doing? What is this? Choose the outcome.
Master?
I don't want to pillage it again, even though the solar would be good. I think we need another village. We also want to expand this, which means more plus creep, just to make room for another building. Then we'll make the maintenance office in here. Unassigned agent. We have another one. This agent produces 100% more infiltration. We should assign it. And what do we want the most? Manpower is fine. Solar is always good, I guess. Infiltration. Influence. This could give us even more authority. I guess we will want the manpower. How is our research going? Local dialect. Done. Imperial tax. We successfully paid the imperial tax. And now he acquires 187 and we are stockpiling some, so that's okay. research. Now we want to grab modular parts to increase the crew of the harvester, I think. And we will even benefit from this. It will cost a little less to claim it. Just need the water. So next time if I ever play this again, I know what to look for, so I don't make mistakes like with the wind trap. Get the village. What is that? Landstrat Council. 3 resolutions are put to vote at every council. Okay, we can block some of them off, I presume. Each faction can use votes or influence to pass a counter resolution. Some special resolutions called charters may be unlocked during the game. Each charter has its own unlock conditions and also eligibility conditions that you'll have to fulfill if you want to get elected for one of them. Okay. Dune governorship. Yeah, these are the perks, like, you know, position. What is this? This is our votes and this is our influence. We can even see some other people's votes. Some stellar similarities, yeah, but it makes sense in the Dune sense, right? I kind of like it. So can we do anything about this? All of these are beneficial, so I think we will want to just let them pass anyway. Village has been conquered. So what do we want to build here? +3 water for each wind level. What is the wind level in this village? Wind strength 4. I don't think we need more water, but I would gladly take another +3 factory, I think. And we will hire the militias. After we heal our troops, we will send them here. I will also gladly take another unit. So what do we want? I think another trooper would be good. Let's grab it. And this one, let's grab the expansion and build the maintenance office.
Ready for destruction.
Let's send them here actually. They should heal. Where is our thing? Here. It's doing something, so we'll leave it to it. We'll be having a bunch of +3, so that's good.
What do you need?
You're actually doing good, I think. The troop unit should be ready pretty soon. Let's send them in here.
Master?
Another unit. Send them here. And what else do we want to do? I think for now we don't have much else. Just let it do its thing. Let's check on this. Still progressing. Let's spread our units around. We want to multi-prong them, I think. We use the gunners to their most... in the most effective manner. Move them to the border. Let's take a look. 82%. Something was built, right? Rise to power. Now you will need troops to take control of the village we spotted near the spice field. Other consequences. This was an event, okay. To the council, we can go back to it, but I don't think we can like vote on anything, or we can just check it out and then resolutions will be submitted for voting. Okay, so now it will be happening. Took a while. Still kind of confusing for me, all the things, how everything works. Gunners. Start shooting them. It's almost done. Big lag. Incoming, yeah.
Awaiting order.
And the militia spawning, apparently, but I don't think it's on my end. I really don't, but it's possible, like everything's possible. This region has 10 wind strength. That's insane. But there is no village. As far as I can see. It's strange. How's it going? Kill the bad people. Point of interest investigated. Claim that. And send our thing. Where do we want to investigate next? Is that a thing? Yeah, that's a region, right? So we will send it there. Let's get this village. We have all the militias here, right? We have another building slot. Do we want to build anything else? I guess we might want a research lab. Take a look. 300 plus crit for another building, so it will not be too great. There is danger. Okay, auto recall. Can you do it? Yes. I hope I will save it. Okay. We have another slot in here. That votes. Military development completion speed is increased. I think we don't care, we want all of this, so we don't waste any points on that. This is claimed. What we will want to build here is a fuel cell factory. And hire some militia as well. We are running into a little bit of a problem with money because we recalled the harvester. But it should be fine. I don't know if there is like an indication of sandworm activity in a region. I guess now it's safe. Send it back to work.
Yes.
Those are troops. Keep them here. There is another village, so depending on what it is, we'll want to use it. Looks like the danger is away. Can we give it more manpower? How do we do it? Add crew to the harvester. 50 manpower is required to add a single crew to it. So another might want manpower building. 10 upkeep of solar, that's pretty bad. Let's grab it here. Oh, it's constructing something. Okay, right.
Our lives belong to you.
That is rare elements. This area contains rare elements, allows for the construction of processing plant. So it's probably something like luxuries, right? Will get done soon, hopefully. Then we'll make the manpower building. Should get decreased costs because of the maintenance center. We'll gladly add more crew, but you'll need more manpower before we can do it. I actually have no like indication of how well or bad I'm doing. So since I'm playing this for the first time, I guess we are not doing too good compared to the AIs. Take a look. Recon speed of points of interest, better speed on the helicopter, military units cost less water, and less water for villages. That sounds good. We are currently having only 4 water, so that would benefit us quite a bit. Let's grab that.
Our lives belong to you.
The fuel cell factory is going. And we should be having enough. Yeah, we have paid it automatically when the time was up. It was just, how much did he want? I think he wanted like 98. And now he wants 187. And we have 188 in stockpiles. We are selling most of the stuff. Let's take a look. 4 units demolitions militia. 2 ranged and 1 militia. Raid detected. Let's send our units to fight it. Not sure how big it is. But I don't think I have enough actually to deal with this region yet. So we might have to just go somewhere else initially. Is this a region? I don't think so. How big is it? 2 ranged units.
You will
Demolition. The freaking base is just shelling them. We even gained 20 solar for looting the corpses, I guess. It's kinda good. Foolish raiders. They had no idea. Let's take a look. We are scouting this point. I really don't think that we can take this village. Trade request. What do they want?
Greetings.
Send us influence and gain solar, and then no. Combat ongoing, village under siege. Yeah, that happened. I think I can, but it costs 400 and 2 fuel cells and 5 upkeep. And we are currently not making that much money. So I think that would be bad. Kinda. I would gladly take a region with another spice field too. Should also increase the crew of the harvester once we have enough manpower. So what is this? Crashed ornament. Okay, let's do it.
Yes?
Can we... Yeah, it needs to be there. Okay, let's be reasonable. Let's construct another thing. I think it's gonna pay off in the long term.
We'll run there.
Yeah, but it's far. We would need to control the region, right? And we cannot kill it. It's too chunky. We'll need to recall it to add crew to it eventually. I guess there is like a RNG element to what kinds of provinces you start with around you, and that might actually seriously impact how are you going to approach some of the different maps. But so far I think I kinda like the game, even though it's early access, and I don't usually like early access games that much. This one actually seems good, at least now. Maybe we'll encounter some bad things. Yeah, in Civilization I feel it's maybe even more impactful. Here at least it's just a few provinces, but there it's like every single tile, like it's very randomized, right? Here it might be like certainly set with you having access to at least one spice field adjacent to your base. At least that would be my guess, because otherwise you would just get absolutely shreked. that's being done. Do we have militia here? Yeah, we do. We could even construct something, but we need to be mindful of upkeep. Is there a building that increases like money? No. There can only be violence. Okay. At least I'm quite happy with how these turned out. We could even add another slot here. I'm not sure if it would be too impactful. We have 50 manpower. Let's recall our harvester. We have enough spice for the emperor, so it should be okay. How are we doing? This thing will be sent there. What is this? Unassigned agent. Okay. Plus 5% agent recruitment speed. It's just generic. No. What do we want to do with him? Manpower or... No, we want the solar, I think. Just 5, but it pays for at least one building. Yeah, but I thought I need it for the thing, but maybe it's gonna progress anyway. Yeah. So it doesn't need the copter on it. Kinda strange to me, but... Hey, at least you have one more unit, right? Cannot be sent there. You could scout this tile or this. Let's go for this one. I don't think there will be spice field in here. Would be too easy to have it right next to the base, right? Harvester, okay. Let's give it a crew. And deploy it. I don't think we can wait until another crew is available, so let's just send it out. Do its thing. There will be 2 points of interest. It might be spice, in which case you will probably want to go there. What is this? Minerals. Plus great factory resource production plus 50%. Sounds good. What do we want? Let's grab this expansion. I don't think it depletes, but we'll check on it. I think I want more manpower. It has upkeep, but I don't want that. Require more minerals. Additional supply depots required. Yeah. Let's take a look. This is a weak village, so let's just assault it. Let's check this tile. And the rockets will help out. What is that? Scientist. Ask for funding. We need to research. These are like events. We need to research a technology in 7 days. And then we could ask for 1000 solarite. Or experimental ornithopter. I think we'll want to ask for money if we can. What is the second thing? Spice production. We just started, yeah. It wanted to add more manpower to it, I guess. Spice. This area is full of spice ready for harvesting. Allows the construction of a refinery in the local village to produce spice. Yeah, I don't think it depletes. But in lore it was a thing, right? Village to village. This looks like a juicy area. I'm not sure what's gonna be here, but it could be good. Explore that. Let's return. Research. What do we want? militia slot would be good for production in all villages. I kind of would like to like reduce upkeep. What is the next thing? Halt for buildings. I think we might need to go for something military. Take a look. Still investigating that. Take a look at the manpower, 25. We want another one costs 50 as well. Yes, that's not too bad. Healed up. We will need to find out how strong this village is. Just 2 militias. I think we should just go there. What is this? 100% resolve it. And let's take a look. We can ask for money. Let's grab the money. Money is good. What is that? That's rare elements again. Okay. What is that? Crash shuttle. Investigate the crash. We'll gain agents. Or we could get Solari if we send ornithopter. I think agent is better. Pathfinding algorithm is lagging, yeah. Each time they want to choose an outcome, it will take some time. But it might be my issue, I don't know. I haven't like investigated it yet, so I don't want to come into any conclusions just yet. Claim this village. What is this? Crashed shuttle, that's exactly the same thing, right? But agents are discovering the second thing. Okay, imperial tax has been paid. Change rate has went up. And he expects 247 in 25 days. So we will need to slightly increase our stockpile. Council influence production, I don't even mind that, I think. All of these other things are actually good. Okay, that's done, right? Can you investigate it? Yeah, let's do it. A lot of crashed ornithopters everywhere. We have 50 manpower. Let's recall the harvester. It will be good for long-term efficiency. What's that? Village conquered. Okay. I guess we might as well just build something in here. Let's add the militias. Add buildings. What do we want here? We can have a refinery, right? Crafts workshop. Generates hegemony. Listening posts will gain influence. We have 0 influence income right now. So I guess that might be good. But then upkeep is a lot. Yeah, it has additional requirements. It needs special region. But what is this? Processing plant. It wants structured warehouse research. Okay, so we'll grab that next. Yeah, it's okay.
How can I help?
Go away. Did we do this? Not yet. What are we doing? Yeah, sending the harvester back. Missing resources now? Okay. Yeah, it will be active soon enough. Resolve the outcome. Next up we'll send the copter in here. I really want it fast, but I'll need to wait. I sent it too soon. This is idle. Send it there. No, I think we want to send it here actually. New law. Can decline this. And we could grab something, right? Like use some of our votes. How's this city looking like? 3 units. Not too bad. $49 and 50. Now it has 2 workers. Let's deploy it.
Yes?
How's this looking like? We are investigating that.
I'm waiting.
So now we should have more spice income, right? Thanks to all the crew we have, yeah. I'm kind of worried about the water. I think there was like a region that had significant wind power. Like 10 or something. Oh, 10 is here. Deep desert. No one can survive. That one has 6. I think we will want to make it somewhere else. Maybe try to develop or capture another area first. This is refitted ornithopter. So those are the Fremen, right? They are probably somewhere around here then. Or the AI is much more expensive than what I thought. It's looted. Another ornithopter. This is the smugglers. Yeah, the AI is just flying all over the place. That I detected. I think we should be able to handle it with the defenses and the rockets. Even though the militia really sucks. Still should be good enough. Take a look at the law. Two ranged units. And no additional like beneficial things. Not too good. Actually, I think I developed like very poorly. But what can you do? Now we are stuck with it.
We live.
I would like to get more water somehow, somewhere. But I don't want to build it somewhere where it's not efficient enough. This has 6 wind power. I guess that's enough to justify a water collector. Let's do it. This is done. And we can do this as well. The Emperor grows more and more greedy. He wants all of our stuff. He is very mean. What's this, like 3 units? But I'm not sure about the minerals. If there was spice, I would definitely take that, but who knows? What's this? Development. We researched the military. Now we need structured warehouse so we can get the building there. Another rare elements. I guess that gives you like flat out profit, so it might be good to grab it just for money. Sandstorms. Reduce productivity in nearby villages. They may destroy military units, orcopters and harvesters. Controlled villages can shelter military units. Still, the best way to survive sandstorm is fleeing. I guess let's go away.
On it. En route.
I don't want to lose the ornithopter. So, this tile is also having a sandstorm, so let's not do it. How is this looking like? Let's send it there. Not exactly sure if I want this. Minerals. I don't want the concrete, so... Not great. How are we doing on stockpiling the spice? Kinda fine. Loans. Alright, spice production. Exploit new spice field in 19 days and we'll get Solari. But unfortunately I don't think we can do it. Because none of my adjacent tiles are spice fields, I don't think. Unless we scout out these and they turned out to be one. There is something to scout out. It might be a resource patch or something. But the scouts are missing. Let's loot this village for money again.
Master?
Okay. So what did we scout here? Nothing amazing. Take a look. Another village, it's not too strong, but there are no special features.
Let's go.
Go there.
What do you need?
Loot it.
Lives belong to you.
How's the hegemony looking? We are the weakest. Yeah, makes sense, I just don't know how to play this game yet. But we are learning the ropes, I think, for next time. Should just try to stockpile even more spice.
Listening.
Yeah, it feels like I just cannot find a spice field in this entire area. Sucks.
Master?
We've looted that, so let's regenerate. We could do research for extra crew, I think. If we really want to. Should grab another military unit. Grab another gunner. That of interest. Let's resolve it.
Greetings.
He would send us spice and plus creed for... Well, no, he would send intel and spice for this. No. Spice detected. What's the defenses like? 4 melee units. I think that we can take that, but we need to capture this village first, I think. So we will do that.
Awaiting order.
Yeah, finally found some spice, but it's dead in the center. It's the center of the map, right? This thing. Polar thing. Yeah, it's around the center. It's gonna be pain to defend, probably. Buildings. Do we want to build anything in here? I wanted to their search first.
As fast as we can.
Send the units here. How is this? In like 3 units?
What do you need?
I guess we could just send 3 of ours to deal with that.
To serve.
Listening. They won't resist. We hold
Should let's send everything.
doom.
These are all healed up now.
Incoming.
We hold instruments of doom.
Idle. There is another spice field? Okay. And it's weakly defended, and yeah, of course they go after it. No, they are raiders.
We live to serve.
I'm not sure. But this would be very lucrative, I think. Where's the spice? This unit is very weak. I don't think we should use it.
We'll run there. Yes, master.
Raid detected. How are you doing on militias? Not too great. Let's send these troops back. These ones
Belong to you.
stay here. Should we claim it? Yeah, let's do it. We cancel all the various things that we don't want. Unit power is the things that we don't want. Labor rights, manpower upkeep is horrible as well. Active resolutions. I think they are claiming it while I'm not able to get that for some reason. I think they are spending influence on it. Like to make it happen for them. I just don't know how this works yet. Very bad.
Awaiting target. We're moving.
What do you need? We live to serve.
Oh, the militias come out.
They
Decrease what we stockpile. Is this ours yet?
Yes. Yes,
Not yet. Now it is. Unassigned agent. What does this one do? This agent produces 20% of every resource but interfiltration. So we should keep him on Polari. We'll need to recruit militia here as well. Do we want any building? I don't think we need Plascrete currently, so let's just leave it as is.
live to serve.
Hegemony threshold reached. You have reached the 2000 hegemony. What does it mean? I think we just gained a relation level. Sandworm danger. Go back. Research. Knowledge per controlled village seems good. Want them to heal up. That we can claim this. Bremen.
We lived.
We should actually send these just to kill that.
What's our next step? Ready.
This is idle. Send it there. Yeah, doing something else. Let's investigate it with the copter. Oh. Decline. Fine. What's that? Sandworm. Okay, he's automatically being pulled off.
On watch.
Send it there. Or can we investigate it? Yeah.
Listen.
Do it.
Our lives.
Inactive harvester. Let's deploy it. Resolve. Send this thing here.
Our lives belong.
Let's get this village. We need to do it. 118 influence. Or authority.
We lived.
Let's just wait in the village then. I will want it. Cannot afford it right now.
On watch.
Take a look. Done.
Listening.
Should actually scout out this.
Listening. Agreed.
What are you doing on exploration? I don't know, it still feels like we are just getting outclassed by the AIs. The Fremen are actually here. It's not great. Can I somehow get more authority by agents, but not happening. Or military units.
Our
What's that? Could get intel, or we could get another copter, I guess. Do we want another one? Send military unit to investigate. We'll do that. Send this here.
What?
yes.
That is the green AI as well. Support. So what happened? Do we have the manpower upkeep and the unit power malice?
What do you need?
I guess we do. I just don't know how this works. One day until that happens, yeah, we cannot do it,
Yes.
unfortunately. Yeah, so next time I know. What's that? Abandoned Fremen camp. Point of interest investigated. Let's resolve it. Military unit will go in here.
Awaiting.
Let's grab this. It's a scavenged one, but it will work. So another tax is going to be 312. But I'm still losing a little money, so that's not good. I guess we now have the research for this. Build the processing plant. Do we have any other? No, we don't have any other of these. Yeah, it should help with solar quite a bit. It's plus 30, right? And what's the upkeep on them? Upkeep 8, so it produces 22. And 12 plus greed upkeep. It's okay. We also build a maintenance station in the middle to cover both of the spice fields, since we will want plenty of buildings around here. It will also cover this if we build it in here. We'll want plus greed plant there probably. Spice field detected. Okay, so there is another spice field there. Now we have a bunch of them. Of course they are everywhere where we are not, like in the middle between the AIs and us. That makes me very sad. Because we will have to fight for it probably. It's not gonna be good. Building slots in our main base are split into districts between different sizes. If you fill all the slots district, only one type of building, it will grant you a bonus depending on the district size. Yeah, now we can actually build things in our freaking city because we reached the threshold for the hegemony. Take a look. District economy will be 20% hegemony from com shares. Master armor is +2 armor for all military units. Seems pretty insane. District, it gives different things. This is all very confusing to me. Insurance banks. Can we build something, or does it like display what we can build in here, or is it what is there, or no, these are things that we can get if we build the corresponding things, right? Complete this district with buildings of the same type to gain one of these bonuses. So if they are all military or all economy. Research center. It is quite expensive. Would massively increase our research output though. Harvester works plus 5% harvester gathering rate per economy building in its village. Plus 50% harvester respawn time. Each crew grants increased defense. That's not too great. Recruitment center. I think we want the economy for the research center actually. But 20 upkeep in money? Not good. I guess the harvesters might be good if they have huge income as well, huge upkeep as well. I think we don't want anything just that. I just cannot afford to get hit by that malice. Maybe if we claim this spice and harvest it. Can we upgrade something? No. Is it ours? Okay, now it's ours. Let's build a spice harvester. Do all the militia. Heal up. We will want to build a maintenance office in here, I think. And yeah, that. Now we should expand, but I still feel like we are very behind on the AI. Idle. Investigate. Raiders.
Wield instruments of doom.
Looks like raiders. And demolitions raiders as well.
As you wish.
Send them into the desert.
We'll run it.
Go fight them here. So how do you like the game so far? What do you say?
Awaiting target.
Resolve it.
Our lives belong to you.
Send this unit around to fight the demolitions. We are also fighting raiders in here. Not too great, I'm not sure if we can hold out. Maybe we can slap these. There is a worm warning. Ah. Okay. That happened. Let's not go into the worm. Help out our village. You'll need to make another thing. Oopsie daisy. Pretty bad. Deploy it. What other building do we want here? What's the wind power? Very bad. Speed factor, no. We want a missile battery, I think. Just make sure we defend it. Which doesn't display properly. Yeah, I didn't even know what that is, unfortunately. I guess some sort of worm.
Awaiting target.
Fine, we managed to beat them off. Snake. Yeah, it's the desert snake. Another militia. Another militia. We want to build Creed factory.
Wield instruments.
Make sure that we keep building units. This is idle. Send it somewhere. Here. The authority seems really low. Next time I should probably go for it with the agents more. Because it seems like that's what's limiting my expansion the most. What do you want to research? Install fear. Loyalty on pillaged villages. Let's grab that. We are almost having it anyway. That was a real bad fight. I already regret it. What is that for militia? I guess we want another gunner. No, we have two gunners. Let's grab a trooper. At least we shouldn't have problems with spies now, I think. But we still might need to stockpile a little more for the Emperor. Get that. You can get another building in here. What is this? Creed factory. This one has the upkeep facility, right? Yeah. Can we build anything that would be useful? What does this give us? +2 hegemony. Well, that's not very useful. I think we want the influence building. We are so far behind on it, I think. Detected. You can trade with Sketch to improve your relations towards it. If a siege is in your territory and you reach max relation, you can forge an alliance using an agent to unlock passive ability. What is the passive ability of this? Trade 10 water for 3 manpower production. And emissary. Must have 100 relation level. And then it would give us +4 knowledge. That's like, how do the nomads in like a cave have same science production as an entire civilization when we, like the house, when we land on the planet? Seems very weird. Like a big one. What else can we do with them? Can we wipe them out? We can, but they are just stacked. So this is where the nomads are coming from, right? And it's in our province. The one with the fuel. How are we doing on soldiers? Still recovering from the worm incident. Okay. I don't have the authority to claim this anyway, so that's fine. Idols. Do things. Can you do something?
Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
Another military unit. Let's send it here. And do we want anything else? That? Trade request.
Let's get to business.
No. Every one of the migrating Fremen must never be angry, since they are, after all, nomads. It's like the worst kind of superpower. Never be able to be mad, no matter the circumstances. What's the wind power here? 6. This might be a good place to get another energy source, if we need it. Okay, it's gonna retreat, so that's okay. We have the defense tower and militia, so that should be fine. Do we want another building in here? Take a look at the council. What's that? Military developments complete faster. Yeah, we want less upkeep. Slap some votes on it, I guess. But all of this applied to me last time. I guess you need to slap down some points on it to be sure that it doesn't happen to you. I just don't know how this works. Let's take a look at the votes. Along with influence, votes represent your political might. They can be allocated to vote on Landsraad resolutions. Influence, unlike votes, is lost when used. So votes you get back after each vote. Slap down some things and extra will come from influence, right? So now it's 100, so use our votes. And if we want to make sure that this goes to another faction, we can actually slap down like an influence on it, I guess. This is idle. Take a look. Send it over here. What did I want to do? Do we want to build something else in here? That's the question. What could we even build here that would be beneficial? Do I need manpower? We only have +2. I guess that might be useful.
What's our next
Send the bad people to conquer this.
No one will.
Might be slightly far. I hope the supplies don't run out before it happens. Deploy him back. Council votes. Like I cannot see what they do, so we are just gonna have to hope that it doesn't happen to me, I guess. Do we want to build anything here? We have the processing plant. Guess we could do research lab. Kinda bad. Sandstorm detected. It's huge. Is it going to destroy something of mine? Probably not. Like the supplies will last. What's that? Political misconduct. We can lose 200 intel and we need to do something, so let's do it. One of our copters is idle again. Take a look.
Awaiting target.
Shoot that.
Yield instruments of doom.
Sandstorm detected right in the fight? I guess that's pretty bad. The events are going to kill my whole army, aren't they?
Awaiting
I guess the only chance is just to run away after we deal with them. Maybe we can try and loot the shit out of the village first.
On the move, Master.
Oh, we are safe in it, okay. Let's just remain here for a while then.
listening.
What are you doing? Nothing of interest. Let's take a look at this city. We might want to build the research station now since we have enough money to actually keep it going. What was it? Research center, okay.
Master.
Are we actually doing something?
We live to
Can we?
serve.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Now we actually have it. So we should recover supplies. What else do we want to do here? Cannot claim it. It has 139 points. It's quite a bit. I just don't have enough political power since I didn't choose wisely. Grab the authority research then. Gonna take a while to do. We want extra militia in each of our villages. Will increase the overall production as well. Should be pretty good. Will cost a lot to set it up, but 50, not that much to pay. And it will make sure that the smaller raids cannot actually defeat them very easily. Is good. Yeah, I know there is a siege, but I don't do much about that. So what happened? Of course we get this on our face. Looks like the Fremen voted for this to go on us. How do I interpret that? At least we get this, but still it's not great. There must be like a breakdown or something, but just too dumb to see it. We lost Ornicopter, but it was the one that we salvaged, so I don't mind too much.
Waiting order.
Send agents.
Our lives belong to you.
I think we want to wait until we have the control. Zero tax paid. Now he wants a bunch more. I think we might want extra fuel cell factory at some point. Communication
How
request.
is Arrakis treating you?
Listening. On watch.
Raid detected. It's going to attack this, which is fine. We should have plenty to beat back 3 units. There is a missile turret as well, so it should be good, I imagine. Take a look at the fight. The turret is meh, but at least it's something, right? Somehow the militia bugged out and wanted to retreat. It means that they were able to shoot me a bunch. Okay. I really need more influence. Just don't know how to get it. Now it's late to reassign our diplomats, right? I don't even know where that is. Espionage. We can reassign them. Third slot is requires lay of the land. Probably something. Supply drop gives supply and health regeneration to allied units in the area. Requires 1 something and 100 intel. Here sabotage, combat drugs. Research the supplies. We cannot rely just on the agents. Apparently we just need to be smart about what villages we claim and make sure that we pick bonuses to this whenever possible, because it's very rare. Sandworm located. Let's activate auto retreat on this guy.
Awaiting order.
This is idle.
On it.
Send it there. We are slowly gaining enough authority, but it takes time. That point of interest investigated. Claim it. That was a building, right? Grab the extra fuel cell factory. Can we only have one? We can only have one. Okay. So don't build anything else. I mean, this is very low upkeep for what it is, so let's just grab an extra research. I think now we have built the research lab in our main base. Yeah, it looks like it. Send it back. I want extra spice, so this will be good. Just need the authority to claim it. The research for reducing like the terror tactics or whatever it's called is pretty good. If you loot the village, then it requires less influence to get it. We have another agent. What does this one do? Global knowledge production. Increased by infiltration level. we send him there. So did it want lay of the land, right? So what is lay of the land? Is it something here? Or is it a research? Lay of the land, I'm researching that currently, okay. So you want to go for this reasonably quickly, just because it limits your expansion a lot.
We live to serve.
Yep. Gonna happen. Take over. Get it? Now, I'm quite nervous about these sorts of villages, and there is a spice field in here, which means that it should be our priority to expand in this direction at some point. Just don't know if we can do it yet. And also the AIs are expanding. Done. Let's grab spice extractor. Let's grab militia. But grab arranged.
What's up?
And you'll need to build
Live to serve.
defense building there as well. Let's send the units there. Construction complete. Oh, it is something. Fuel cells are running out. It's because the refineries actually cost fuel cells. You can always build a fuel cell factory somewhere where there isn't the extra tile, I guess. Can we afford another big building? That's the thing I'm interested in. About 1500. We don't have that currently, so no. Start selling the spice. But we could get another thing where, you know, now it's time to get screwed again. Let's use our votes on this and then decline these. Use some influence on it. This is idle. Just keep exploring. These our research should be going pretty well, I imagine. I think I like it.
One step closer to
I mean, it's not like amazing, but I like everything I've seen so far. It's just since I played this for the first time, it's like I'm doing some suboptimal things, especially from the start. I didn't invest into right things, so I've shot myself in the foot a little bit. But that was to be expected, I guess. So if I play this again, I definitely will choose like a different strategy to go about things. But apart from that, I actually quite like it. How strong is this, and will it help us get this? Not likely, we should get this.
We'll run
Can we shift Q?
Yes,
No.
master.
What's this? We need to keep these things going. Research is done. Border defense, militia slot, militia health, armor for militias. It's actually pretty good. Extra crew on harvesters would be great. Let's grab that. Idle harvester, let's add crew to it. Deploy it. We will construct a defense building here. Have you played it, Kerry?
Agreed. Let's go.
This we can investigate with our agents. Watch Zach played a bit. Yeah, I wasn't even aware that he played it. I don't follow him much, so I didn't even know. I guess he liked it. Council vote. I'm a little confused by the voting, by the way. Of the all StarCraft man shows up in the chat. I keep wanting to say Kerry Hazara.
Listening.
The puns are getting better.
En route.
So carrier has arrived is the quote from the carrier when it gets called upon the battlefield, right? That's why. Zach thought it had potential, but it isn't at all that good right now. Okay. Okay, idle harvester, right? Good, deploy it.
On watch.
Idle copter, send it there. Needs lots of optimization. Apparently, yes. Especially some of the military stuff was really jank earlier. But now it seems to be running better, I think. Do we want another building in here? It's low wind strength, so water is a no-no. But I guess we could grab extra fuel cell factory here. But it's definitely better than any other Dune game that I ever saw, so that's already good.
What's our next step?
I haven't even scouted this. That's pretty bad. Let's send our copter here. Yeah, Emperor Battle for Dune. I think I played it a little bit and I didn't like it. Should be able to hold this off. Maybe even we'll get some support from the base. Depends on how close the fight is happening. Should have numbers advantage on them. Point of interest. Resolve it. It was very jank. The Emperor Battle for Dune was very jank with unit pathfinding. If I remember correctly.
Ready for
We cannot fight until we discover the village. Spicefield, yeah. Let's grab another city building. I guess we could get the economy stuff, right? Harvester works look pretty good. Played Emperor a while ago and I thought it was decent, but the missions felt pretty generic. Yeah, I think the units behaved weird sometimes. Yeah, I don't even think I finished the campaign. I played it like a while back. So maybe I could give it a go at some point. Probably invest into another thing. Also grab another unit? No. Okay. Yeah, we're running a little low on plascrete actually. Do we have any other places where we could build a refinery for it? Yeah, one of the scavenged ones I had actually exploded because Sunstorm hit. 5 hours to finish it, that's not a lot. Yeah, a lot of the games are that way. At least in my experience. Sure. Can build it here, I think we have a free slot. It's unfortunate, but it was from an event, so I guess it's okay. Now we should be rolling in the cash. Because of all the spice, right? I think you need to claim control over Arrakis, which means you need to reach hegemony to the final level, which is 25,000. We are like 1/5 of the way there, but it should like speed up once you can claim more and more territory and do all the various things. You can even construct buildings to get continuous flow of influence, or hegemony in this case. I guess it's not too bad. I would like to have access to different victory conditions. I guess you could also like kill people. Or at least I think it should be an option. The tax will happen soon. Yeah, but I didn't have any like choices when I started the game, so I actually am not sure. Okay, can we get it? 93 influence, that's pretty reasonable. It's actually reassign our agents, I think. Where is the agent screen here? So we will get guy from this place and assign him to there, so we can get even more authority. Then get this. I like gameplay concepts, but it really feels like they will just leave it at skirmish sandbox maps, and that bores me out quickly. Same reason why I can go into their billions or I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I actually like their billions, so I like the campaign, not so much the random survival maps, though. I know I don't like at all. I cannot be forced to play, I just get bored with it very quickly. And the AIs there get insane cheats, so I don't like that either. It is a shame though if this game doesn't get a campaign. I think it would be well suited for it. But it depends on what they want to do with it in the end. We cannot just... like, who knows? It is possible. I would very much welcome it. Because this setting is just begging for it, I think. Could be do all sorts of cool stuff you could do. Currently not even, like, you cannot even physically see if you lose few troops. You will not even see the unit deplete numbers, they will just stay the same, so that's also kind of weird. I guess they will fix that soon. Might need more water. Take a look at the wind power. 2, 4. Payroll tax has been paid. Power 1, 4, 2, that's horrible. 6, I think we already have wind trap in here, so I don't think we can build multiple kinds of the same building. So if they had a decent campaign, you'd love to pick it up, yeah. Perfectly understandable. Wind power here, 4. It's not amazing, but I'll need the water, so let's just do it. And it should be benefiting from a maintenance facility, so it shouldn't be too bad on upkeep. This is now ours. Let's employ the militia. And what will we build here? Processing plant. And then these guys will heal, and then we will send them to kill this. We want the spice. It will cost a bunch of influence to get though. Might be horrible. Next tax is huge. Probably want to stockpile a little more. Trade
How
request.
can I help?
Just go away. Of course we are affected by both of these, right? I don't know how this works, it's so confusing. Can we get this? Command points are used. We need more units in the field. Get it, 25 is a lot though.
On watch.
So I'm not sure if we are even able to get that. I guess we could pick a few more troops. What's missing? Money, of course, it's money. We researched something. Was more stuff. Instill fear is good. What else did I want to do?
Yes?
Keep them here for now. I don't know what I wanted to do. We wanted to add more crew. And we don't even need to retreat the harvesters for it. I didn't even realize that. This one will get snatched soon. Let's enable auto retreat. Extra crew should pay off. It did, just need more stuff. And we're detected, yes. Enemy operation detected. What's the operation? How do I deal with it? Ghost market. 50% of spice production is stolen. And it just takes time to deplete. Okay, so they just steal a bunch of my stuff. Okay.
Greetings.
Our lives belong to you.
They don't want me expanding.
Serve.
Okay,
One of us. En route.
go back to the spice field.
Waiting order.
Mana is still a little starved. Raid.
Yes?
Oh, combat ongoing. Fine.
Ready for destruction.
Our lives
Retreat this unit.
we live to serve. As you wish, Master. As fast as we can.
Listening.
Let's grab the village. It will take a little time to get it.
What's our...
We have another unit. Should we invest into another one? It would still not be enough. Yes. Bonus spice exchange rate. Authority production. We want that. I'll even slap some extra votes on it. Yes, we want this as well, and we don't want that. We do have the processing plant here, right? Yeah. Should build a maintenance station here as well. Will affect this eventually. Where do we have one? I think we have one here, right? Yes, so it's affecting this. Makes me think we should build it here actually. After we claim it.
On watch.
Idle.
On it.
Explore. Kinda wish there was auto explore function of your on your copters. Fine.
Master?
Confirm detected. Enable the recall. Could we click it again on these? We need to do it. Pretty sure there is auto explore. Oh, auto recon. Okay. Yeah, I can see that now. Thanks. Don't even realized. Raiders. We will need to send something.
As fast as we can.
Listening. Nothing will stand.
Go and help them out.
Yet, our lives belong to you. What do you need?
How much authority would we need? 129. It also revolves around how far it is from your city. Deploy him. What we want to do is probably just take a bunch of the... Oh, now these will get snatched by the worm if I don't move them out of the way.
Instruments of doom.
Is that a sandstorm or sandworm? Might be a sandstorm actually. Let's keep them in the village. Should be okay. And what did I want? Okay, deploy him. No, 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 no. I click cancel it. Why did I cancel it? I need to recruit some extra troops, I think. Get the thing. 21, 25, right? 24. Need one more unit. Requires recruitment center. Is it building in here? Yes. We could cancel a trooper. And do a gunner instead. There might be a research that helps with that.
Ready for destruction.
What?
That is still going. Do we want to build anything in here? Water is shit here, so not really. You have plascrete factory? Yeah. Can get one in here maybe. Research should be happening pretty soon, hopefully. Can we get the village? Yes.
Old instruments of doom. Remove awaiting target.
Is it done? Enemy operation detected. What's that? Drain supply daily. Minus 100% health regeneration. Okay, they just wanted to screw with me a little bit. Let's send the troops outside. You have the research. look good, but do we want to do it? I think the militia upgrade is pretty good actually. Should get it so that I don't have to be everywhere at once when the raids happen. Get another unit. Missing resources. We are missing the command limit, right? Can we get expanded influence or this just increases military power of units. Build a refinery. Recruit militias. We'll heal them, and I'll need to somehow increase my stuff. The command points. Cannot have to do. Maybe research would help with that, but I need the militia first, I think. At least now we are raking in the spice.
Greetings.
They don't like us expanding too much. It's natural. We have 4 spice fields currently, so they don't like that. Style combat ongoing. That's Fremen, right? We just went in and got shot a little bit by the missiles. That's okay. I don't think the Fremen have enough to claim this spice fields. Especially if we are able to upgrade the militias, it should be even harder for them. Let's do that, deploy him, and we will build spice silos. Pretty good. Can we build it where we have the other spices as well? Guess I'll need to expand this, which will cost me a whole bunch of concrete. Do we have any cheaper ones? Let's do it. I think the money is very important. We'll need the concrete as well. Take a look at this spot. Let's grab concrete factory. There is a new council, right? Raid request. David sent me stuff. I don't want that. All of this is terrible, right? Just hope it doesn't happen to me. Now we avoided the horrible things in the last vote. Have enough for the Emperor, I hope. How much does he want? 696. We should have enough. Have we built the silo? We did. No, it's still under construction. Fine. Should we befriend the nomads? I don't want to spend water, so that's bad. We could kill him. 8 units. militias as well. So with enough units we should be able to do it.
What do you need?
I would like to get even more concrete actually. It's kinda hard to get. There was mineral deposit here. We would have to kill this village. Change rate went up. Rate in progress. There is another neutral thing. Yeah. Should be able to do it, right? It's 4 units actually. 4 is maybe a bit too much. Send these if they can be sent there. Another spice field detected.
Our lives belong to you.
100 plus screen is cheap. Grab another plus screen factory. Want maintenance office there as well. Militia is getting their asses kicked. Okay though, they should maybe win it. Those are demolitions. Yeah, I think we will win this actually. The research is very slow currently.
Our lives belong to you.
Council, okay. Let's do this on House Atreides. We don't want this. And we also don't want this. Just make sure that we don't get affected.
Master, what do you... We li... Yes?
Resolve that. No operation detected.
Awaiting target.
Is that a raid? Endeavor undetected. Okay, it's gonna retreat, right? I think that's a raid, but it might be going after these green people. They are actually preparing like a massive army there. I think they might be after this spice field. We should keep some units here.
We live to serve.
Send these as well, maybe.
One step.
We'll need to build a defense here, but also I need the maintenance office as well. It's a pain. Not know what to do first. Pull him back. Emperor will want 1,000 spice next. Quite a bit. Looks like they are going after them, but they will probably get their asses kicked since this looks like a lot. Anything else we want to do? This building is done. Let's build the maintenance center. Resolve this. Combat is ongoing, okay. I think that should damage everyone. They might actually just try to take the province. Like a mortar that we have, it's not like a missile, but as long as it works. It is suffered some damage, but it's inconsequential since they will probably recuperate.
Awaiting target.
Get elected to positive resolutions. Convince him to join. Build 2 statecraft buildings. I guess we might need them anyway. Balance into territory. What is this? This trooper. Oh, they are going to fly off. Okay. Operations again. It's the... Yeah, they steal my stuff again. For a little bit. Okay. Just 100, but getting water here would be pretty bad. I guess we could do the statecraft building. What would be best? I guess knowledge. Do we have any other cheap construction options? This one. Grab influence building. Deploy him. We have another agent. Should get him there. And worm detected. Okay. The laws have passed. Is this affecting me? No, I think it's displays who is affected on the left side here. Deploy it again. Another operation. Not sure. Combat is ongoing. I guess we are just shelling them. They lost a bunch of units there. So the rocket. They're on the fault.
We live to serve.
Keep them there. Take a look. We have the maintenance office, so now that would be good here. Would also be good to get Plascrete. Plascrete factory somewhere. We would probably want... we have enough influence for another village, so let's take a look. I would like to grab this one, I think.
We're moving.
This one would be good for money, but this one is good for the Plascrete. Next research needs to go towards military. I need the capacity if I can. How much would it cost me to build the barracks? 500 Plascrete. Okay. Trade
Let's get
request.
to business.
They would sell me Plascrete. Let's do it. Build the recruitment center. We have some spare, so we could even expand this. Make sure there is a turret here, because they will for sure want to claim this if they can. Everything is ready, let's send it.
Obliteration in progress. Conveyors of destruction.
Research done. Better supply seems good, but we probably want this first. Very basic research we don't have. Are we going to be able to meet the Emperor's demand? Probably want to increase the stockpiles even more.
What do you need?
Ready for destruction. They
Let's attack the village. Action is done. Could get spice silo, right? No. Oh, we are missing plus crate.
What's our
One. Go in and claim it. You'll need water. How much water is this in this province? Quite a bit. Might want to save our resources for this then. Spice field and worm detected. Okay. So how is the map looking? All the various factions are basically everywhere. I think we might be the strongest, but let's check the hegemony. We actually have more. Smugglers do have much more. Take a look. Build a plus Creek factory first. Heal up. Let's recruit the militia. We can even make more of them. Grab another melee in each village. It will be a bit tedious now. We need to go various villages. We lost a bunch here. Let's recruit them back. It will increase the production everywhere, so it'll be pretty good. Costs us some manpower. We actually are running quite low on manpower. Not sure if this will give us any. Air controlled village, yeah, that's great for manpower. That will increase it by quite a bit. What's happening is that an operation. Raid detected. 4 units. Can send the army, but I think we'll arrive too late. The militia should be able to deal with it since they have the extra armor. But maybe not, this village actually is quite weak. It only has 4 militia units in it. You'll see. One of their units is down as well. What's that? Deploy him. Oh, no, cancel deploy. Let's give him manpower. I think I mismanaged that actually. You want to give him more? Oh, I don't have it. Okay, then let's just send it to the fields. Okay. And give him the manpower what later. We researched this. This will increase our production quite a bit. Storm detected. Combat ongoing. That's just Fremen milling about again. Okay. This is defended. Let's go back. Recruit some units. We'll need manpower again. So after the barracks structure is done, it should be better. Should we construct something else? No, they are building something, so we cannot. Take a look at this. Build something else, and that will be vent trap for water. It is disrupting me a little bit. Okay. We should grab our military and go destroy this. Climb it. Construction is complete. We want to make sure this village is properly staffed with militia. To vote for minus upkeep, yeah, we want that. Let's make sure we don't get affected by bad things. And save our influence this time. Might need it a little later. These are actually not that bad. There is actually a thing we can research.
Listening. Ready.
But our things are busy. They should do it eventually by themselves. And worm, so our harvester will need to go back. We're actually quite low on manpower now. How much would it cost me to get a unit? 20.
What do you need? Yes?
We could add extra recruitment office somewhere. Right here we will need I think a missile battery. No, let's do the recruitment office. And then we'll do missile battery there.
Yes.
Let's take it. No, we cannot yet, but we will be able to do it soon. We paid the tax. Send him to the fields.
Our lives belong.
How are we doing? 139, so that will happen soon. We should be able to do this, right? Village 2, oh, that's new event. Build economy buildings, we could get hegemony. Unfortunate I already built this, but we can build some more in here once we claim it. Need a little more.
We hold it.
Could even try to construct something else. Bonus health for military units is good. Authority production would be even better, I think. Gonna cost me upkeep, but that's okay. That's blamed. Let's get something going. First we should construct processing plant. And let's hire a unit. I need something to fill my command points to 25, so that's gonna be gunner unit. Still not enough, it's 24. Okay, fine. 2 militias.
Our lives.
Build this. Can we make any economy building in here just to make sure we need to do it? And that's all claimed. Next village that we could get is this. I think that's a good one because there is money in there.
Closer to
Not spice, but it's some income. And if you build a maintenance office in here, it will actually affect a lot of these tiles. There isn't one here, right?
target.
No. Is that idle harvester, right? Yeah. Send him back to the fields. This one could actually get extra manpower to it, but we need to get it first. Sandworm detected. Another harvester will get disrupted. Okay. Enemy operation. That's just reduced replenishment, right? Deploy it. get the extra crew. Building completed. We could get another economy structure in here. I guess we might want extra plus screen. And in here I need to do this. We'll need to place maintenance center. It's actually quite expanded now. Let's go and try to claim this village.
We hold instruments of doom.
Another operation. They steal my stuff.
Awaiting order.
Guy doesn't have anything else to do. Apparently we are running low on things
On watch.
on the map. Fine.
Our lives belong to you.
Quite damaged my units there. Not sure how many enemies had, but seems excessive. We'll get the upgrade of the health points eventually. Take control would require a lot, so instead we will just loot it. Come back later.
Awaiting target.
Go back to heal. Can build a building in here. Just bad water coverage there, so just a spice silo. Good. Could even get one in here. You have enough plus creep to just do it. Search. When was it? We need more command points. Means we need to do this and then this.
Listening.
All of them are idle. Not good. Can we get extra crew? Yeah, let's do it. How's the Emperor's request doing? We should be making enough. I wanted to get extra stuff. Barracks, yeah. Let's grab that. We'll get something extra in here. We get the plus gate eventually. But I think we need to focus on this first.
Destruction.
That sandworm is gonna outrun off. How is the hegemony looking like? We are gaining some more, but we'll probably want to get some extra hegemony, so that means spamming some government buildings. Guess we can build one here. Good. Bunch of stuff
How
happened.
can I help?
They would want spices. We don't want to give them spice. New resolutions. Bonus exchange rate. This is, I don't even mind, but we don't want it necessarily. Idle harvester, let's give him crew. Send him. He lost the crew somehow. I think maybe it was because I sent him too late, so the crew might have gotten got from the Sandworm event. Just sometimes I don't have them on the auto recall, so that was the case, probably. I want that. 2 infiltration levels in any other faction, currently 0. Yeah. Get extra 2 agents. Would be good, but we cannot do it. Don't have enough. Can we get another building in here? Quite easily, but not sure what it will even be. Just another crafts workshop. How's the village doing? It's gonna be depleted pretty soon, and authority is rising. We'll send them there eventually. It's 5 units, that's why our units got beaten up a little bit before. I think we are stockpiling more than we actually need to, but it's okay to have some extra. This building, this village could have cheap building. Another wind trap, I guess. We don't need fuel cells. Make sure we have enough water.
What's our next step? Wield instruments of doom.
All the building slots are taken here.
Our lives
Go
belong to
and
you.
siege that.
En route.
Idle harvester. Deploy. Results. They got the buffs, but we didn't get the bad stuff, so that's okay.
Ready for
Did we lose a bunch
destruction.
of infantry? Yeah, we did. Keep them there. Then we should be able to get it pretty soon. And we'll need to hire a bunch more.
We
Claim it.
what's
I think I have all gunners now, that's pretty bad, but they just evaporate my infantry if I send them in. Abandoned Fremen camp, I need to investigate that. Yeah, that's ours now. Let's grab economy building. I also forgot about the event with the economy stuff. Well, it's not that important, but it's a shame we missed the hegemony.
ready for destruction.
Research is going. And worm detected, yeah, of course. Take a look at the harvesters.
En route.
And get this one some extra crew. Combat is ongoing. It's just Fremen. One is in danger as well.
En route.
Deploy him. Could get an extra structure in here, but it wouldn't be much good. What about this one? Still building.
En route.
Raid detected. 4 units. Send some help. That might if we take extra damage on these. At least the militia is untouched. Let's search. Let's grab the command. What else do we have? Resolve that.
On watch.
Console. Do you want to build something extra in here? Probably do. Crafts workshop. And get some extra hegemony. Here we can build something else, and that will be research hub.
Listening.
The main building is built. Let's take a look what else we can get. Recycling beds. 5 water per building in our main base. Hegemony for each water producing village. Max supply, and that's good. Get it. I think we are actually in a good spot, but the blue AI is expanding a lot. They still have some unclaimed territory in the middle. Hire them to spread propaganda, reward extra authority, or start a fine. Guess we could do that. Yeah, now the harvester didn't lose its crew. It was pretty bad before because it's actually quite a bit of manpower each time. Boy him. Do we want to build anything in here? I think this village is just constantly getting attacked. So what we might want to do is build a missile in here. That is a new vote, apparently. We don't want the upkeep. Let's just spend our influence on votes on that and influence on these.
Ready for destruction.
How's this looking like? We can get another thing in here. Get a defensive structure as well. There is something unassigned agent. Keep for infiltration level. Infiltrate the blue AI. This research just takes forever. Do we want anything extra in here? I guess I could grab another. Yeah, we should get a Plascrete factory. That's just going to happen. Send water there. Any other things? A shuttle.
Awaiting order.
There are actually a bunch of these
Listening.
salvage for money. And weren't detected. They'll disrupt one of our harvesters again. Resolve that. Units. It's just these again. What did I wanted to do? Harvester is idle. Deploy him. And I guess they can go and do some other things. Well,
On watch. Agreed. Copy that. Ready. Let's go.
and let's take a look. Are there any spices we could take easily? I don't think so. Would have to fight for them and it's pretty bad. I guess the Fremen are actually closest. The spice. Raid is detected. We do have the missile there, so I think we will be fine.
Awaiting order. En route.
We should be okay, I think. Sandworm detected, so one of our harvesters needs to go back. Take a look. Should build this.
What's our next step?
Send these back.
Step. Listening. On watch. Ready.
We got this.
Awaiting order. Yes.
Raid
Let's
request.
get to business.
Don't want that.
Subach
Didn't like the size of my army. Let's grab some supply.
Listening. What's our next step? Listening. Conveyors of
Get the research done.
listening.
There is another crash thing. So let's get it. Send it. Research will be done soon.
Listening. We'll be there soon. Listening.
Alliance disbanded. House guard. Ever regenerating fields. Shields. Not sure if I want them. Let's grab one unit. Operations.
Ready.
We should get enough support for the role. Speaker Judge. I guess that's our position, right? Okay, now we need to get another research. Get the crew training program for the harvesters. Cancel. All of this is bad. Mainly don't want to be affected by this. Can spend some votes on this as well. We have plenty of influence, I think. Syndrome detected. Deploy him again.
Anything for you, Baron. Anything to please you. We'll do that.
Listening.
Guard seems good, but they will probably get shreked by the friendly fire.
Destruction.
I don't necessarily want the enhanced fortifications. I think what we'll do, it's getting quite late here, so let's save. And let's take a look if there is anybody we can raid. Baron is still playing some Battle Brothers, so let's raid him. And until another time, cheers.
Oh, Merrick, welcome. Oh, there goes FG's. Oh, we're poaching. We're doing the mercenary equivalent of pursuing an opportunity for urban renewal right now. Yeah, my archers are quite strong. Okay. So the way they were strung out, ooh, did give me the opportunity to snipe some of them. And it looks like we've got this. Because the only one not running is this guy here. We did lose 2 guys, although one was FG's, who I kind of wanted to die anyway because he had a collapsed lung. So. Let's see my damage. See my damage after the fight. Sure, we can look at that. Yeah, my archers definitely saved